remember the day when I used to spend $1,000 on a laptop only for it to break down a year later. Well, times have definitely changed. You can actually now purchase a really solid laptop for just around $200. So I went ahead and picked up 3 of the best laptops that you can currently buy for around $200, and I spent a long week with each one of them. So this video is basically an in-depth comparison between all 3 of these laptops. So if you're in the market for a budget laptop for around $200, then you came to the right place.
Alright, so first off, let's go ahead and introduce the contenders. First off, we have the Asus 10.1-inch Transformer Book coming in at $199 even. And then next up, we have the Asus 11.6-inch eBook for the same price. And lastly, we have the 13.3-inch HP Stream coming in at $209.99. Let's go ahead and jump into the specs real quick. So the Transformer comes equipped with an Intel quad-core 1.33 GHz processor with 2 GB of RAM. The Asus eBook has an Intel Atom quad-core 1.33 GHz processor with 2 GB of RAM as well. And the HP Stream has an Intel Celeron 2.16 GHz processor, also with 2 GB of RAM. So we get a glossy plastic design for the Transformer, and popping it open we are greeted with a very compact keyboard with a textured feel for the palm rest area. Even though they used up the entire surface area for the keyboard, which is great, the keys however are still small, especially for me since I have large hands. I definitely wouldn't recommend this laptop to a student or writer, as typing for long hours would really be inconvenient. The keys feel a bit spongy, but a good thing is that if you are typing, at least all the keys are within reach, so you don't have to constantly move your hand. If you have especially tiny hands, then you can probably pull this off. The trackpad is very small and works well for the most part. It's very unresponsive in certain areas, and I noticed it during pop-up windows like these. But on everything else, it works great with no complaints. And the tap feature is also very sensitive and works 100% of the time, so there's really no need to physically click the buttons. The Asus eBook has a plastic design as well for both the outer shell and the inner, and it comes in an optional dark blue color. The keys are spaced nicely and are very firm when pressing them and offer great feedback. I can easily rest my palm while typing. The backspace button is a bit far, but I can still reach it. However, if you have smaller hands, then it might be inconvenient for you. I can easily type for a long period of time using the keyboard. The comfort level is definitely high on this laptop. The trackpad on the eBook is probably the best I've experienced in any budget laptops by far. Not only is it really sensitive, but it's spot on in terms of scrolling. It can register the gestures really well and determine how fast I want it to scroll, which is really impressive. However, just like the Asus Transformer, the scrolling feature doesn't work in some pop-up windows as well. It must have something to do with the software since it's consistent throughout the Asus models. But please keep in mind that it's not like this on all the websites, just a select few that I have tested. The tap to click feature is also 100% accurate, and I experienced zero problems using it in these past 7 days. The HP Stream features an all-plastic build with a smooth plastic surface inside with a dotted design that comes in pink as well. The keyboard is slightly bigger than the Asus eBook and has a much larger surface for the palm rest, which means that you can comfortably type for long periods of time. The keys are nice and big with a very clicky feel, and they are really easy to type on with great feedback. The only issue I have is that the backspace button is a bit far, which forces me to reach a little more for each key press, which really isn't a big deal. The trackpad on the HP Stream 13 comes in a very close second. It's sensitive, but not as responsive as I would have liked. Sometimes it wouldn't register my scroll gesture, so I would have to do it twice. And then there are times where it doesn't even scroll at the speed I want it to scroll. For example, if I want to scroll down the page faster by swiping my fingers down quickly, it would scroll slowly instead. The issue is not consistent, but I do notice it from time to time. The tap to click feature, however, is accurate, and I haven't experienced any problems with it this past week. In terms of using it on the lap, I found that the Asus Transformer is way too small to achieve a comfortable typing experience. You need to have both of your legs really close together to support the laptop, and it just isn't natural. Not to mention that it's top heavy, so the slightest shift in weight can tip over the entire thing. Plus, it doesn't help that you can't tilt the display as much compared to the other laptops. It's much better to use the tablet option in this situation. The Asus eBook is a lot more comfortable to keep on your lap. It is the most flexible among the three, allowing you to tilt the screen to an angle you are more comfortable with, and because the laptop is balanced nicely, you won't run into tipping issues. At this point, I'm sure you guys have already deduced that the HP Stream 13 would be the most comfortable because of its sheer size. Well, you are correct. Not only is it the most comfortable, but it feels the most natural. You can even set the laptop further away since it has a much larger palm rest area. Now let's talk about ports. The ASUS Transformer features a microSD card slot for expansion, a micro USB, micro HDMI, and an audio jack. On the other side, you have the volume controls and a power button, and on the bottom you will find a single USB 2.0 port. The eBook features two USB 2.0 ports on one side, and on the other we have the charging port, micro SD card slot, micro HDMI, and an audio jack. The HP Stream features two USB 2.0 slots and the charging port on one side, and on the other you will find a computer lock, a full HDMI port, USB 3.0, an audio jack, and a micro SD card slot. Also on the front of each laptop is the front-facing camera, and here's a quick sample of each one.
So here's a quick sample of the HP Stream 13.3 front-facing camera, and it's actually being shot in 720p, which is its highest resolution. And also notice compared to the other two laptops that it has a much wider field of view. Alright, now I'm looking at the ASUS eBook laptop, and it's currently being shot in 480p, which is its highest resolution. And by the footage, it's pretty obvious that it has the worst front-facing camera compared to the other two laptops. Now I'm looking at the ASUS Transformers front-facing camera. It's being shot in 720p, and it's actually a lot better than the HP Stream 13.3. And for first place for camera quality, I would give it to the ASUS Transformer, followed by the HP Stream, and then lastly the ASUS eBook.
On the bottom of the laptops, you can find the rubber feet on all four corners, which prevents the laptops from sliding while typing. Now, if I had to rate which laptop has the best grip, it would definitely be the ASUS eBook on top, followed by the ASUS Transformer, and lastly the HP Stream 13. Also on the bottom you can find the speakers. The HP Stream has them located near the front, whereas the ASUS eBook has them closer to the corners. The speakers on the Transformer, however, are located on the tablet portion near the edges. Windows 8.1 is great on laptops, only if there is a touchscreen feature or a mouse attached. Otherwise, using the trackpad on a Windows 8.1 laptop is hell for me and annoying for most people. Now, I've mentioned this many times in my previous videos, but I always install Start 8 as soon as humanly possible. It's basically a Windows Start menu, and it helps me out a lot since I don't use a mouse. The Windows 8 menu is still there in case you still want to use it. However, now the Windows Start menu pops up when you press the Windows key, and it's just a lot easier navigating around with that installed. Now, having a touchscreen feature is a completely different story. It eliminates the need for a start menu since you can simply use your fingers to navigate around much quicker. But it's still nice to have, and if you guys want to check out Start 8, I'll go ahead and leave a link down below. Windows 8.1 also runs really smooth on all three of the laptops. I mean, there is still some lag present when scrolling through large websites, however it's very subtle and shouldn't bother you at all. I'm really impressed at how well the laptops multitask. You can basically have a game playing on one side while you browse through a Twitter feed without any problems or lag. Both of the ASUS tablets are outstanding when it comes to multitasking, however I can't say the same for the HP Stream. Lag becomes more noticeable when splitting screens and playing a game at the same time. However, if you don't have a game open or graphic intensive programs, then you won't experience any lag while multitasking, and I've only noticed that on the HP Stream 13. Now let's talk about displays. The ASUS Transformer has a 10.1-inch IPS glossy display with a resolution of 1366 by 768p. The ASUS eBook has an 11.6-inch glossy display with a resolution of 1366 by 768 as well, and the HP Stream has a 13.3-inch LED matte display with the same resolution. Using the laptops outside, however, is a different story. On the ASUS Transformer, you get lots of reflections due to its glossy finish, so I recommend using it under shade instead of under direct sunlight. The eBook is very similar. It too has a glossy finish, but there are slightly less reflections when comparing it to the Transformer. Lastly, we have the HP Stream, and as you can see, there are no reflections thanks to its matte coating. Anti-glare displays are ideal for outside use, especially under direct sunlight. However, all displays have a trade-off. Having a glossy display means that you get more vibrant colors and contrast, and having an anti-glare display like the HP Stream means you get bad viewing angles and colors appear more dull. The viewing angles are the best on the ASUS Transformer because of its IPS glossy display. You can tilt or turn the laptop any way you like, and there will be very minimal visual distortion. The other two don't even come close. The ebook comes in second. Tilting or turning the laptop slightly will begin to wash out the colors, as you can see here. And then the HP Stream comes in third and has the worst viewing angle among the three, mainly because of its matte display. As you can see, the colors become washed out even by slightly tilting the screen. Here are some pics I pulled up on each laptop and you guys can compare the differences. As you can see, the colors are more vibrant and saturated on the Asus Transformer, whereas it's kind of washed out on the HP Stream. The ebook is right there between the two, slightly less saturated, but not to a point where the colors are completely washed out. No laptops experience backlight bleeding, but the blacks are much deeper on the Transformer because of its glossy display. Second place goes to the ebook, and once again the HP Stream comes in third. By the way, I should mention real quick that neither of these three laptops come with backlit keyboards, so you have to rely on the brightness of the display to light up the keyboard. Texts are super sharp even when scaling on all three of the laptops, and I don't have anything bad to say on either one of them. Here's a quick video sample with their volume maxed out so you can see and hear the differences between all of them.
Years from now, they're gonna ask, where were you when they took over the planet? You'll be fine, I promise. It's over. I'm sorry, but it's over. Your faith in us, but never in yourselves. From here, the fight will be your own.
Productivity-wise, I found that the HP Stream to be the best option simply because of the screen size. I recommend either a 13 or 14-inch laptop for students to take advantage of the entire screen real estate, whether it be using the split screen feature, researching, or even simply typing up an essay for a project. Alternatively, you can hook up the laptop to another monitor using the full HDMI port located on the side of the laptop. You can either add a duplicate screen to mirror everything you do on the laptop, or extend it and use it as a second monitor if you need extra space. The same can be done using the other two laptops. However, instead of an HDMI cable, you will need a micro HDMI cable, and I'll go ahead and link a few of them down below for those of you that are interested. As long as you keep the resolution of the monitor the same as your laptop, you won't experience any lag, so make sure to keep that in mind. Now let's take a look at the performance of each laptop, starting off with the Geekbench test. Both of the Asus laptops are running on a 32-bit architecture, whereas the HP Stream is running on a 64-bit architecture, which is why I ran the 32-bit benchmark on all the laptops to keep it a fair test. And here are the scores. The HP Stream on top, followed by the ebook, and then the Transformer in third place. Rest assured, I did run the test 3 times on each laptop and I picked the highest scores. Here is the same test using the 64-bit benchmark on the HP Stream for those of you that are interested. And as you can see, the single core and multi-core scores are much higher. When it comes to streaming videos, unfortunately 1080p is the highest resolution you can watch in without stuttering or lagging. And that goes for all the laptops. Now let's talk about gaming. I wouldn't recommend gaming on these laptops at all since they don't have the specs to support it. However, if you were to play a similar game like Minecraft in maximum field of view, you can expect an average FPS of 21 on the Transformer and 17.5 FPS on the ebook. On the Stream, if you're lucky, you will get around 15 FPS, and even though all the laptops have an Intel HD graphics chip, the HP Stream seems to have the worst gaming performance. This is how much battery was drained after gaming for 30 minutes on each laptop, and you guys can apply the same principle for graphic intensive tasks if you want to get an idea of how long the laptop will last from 100% to 0%. Alright, now let's talk about the actual battery life in real life usage. In order to get very accurate results, this is what I did. I started the day at 12 p.m. with a fresh full charge on all the laptops. The brightness was set to 50% with balanced power plan selected, and the laptops never shut off nor went to sleep. I watched the same video on YouTube for 1 hour exactly on each laptop, then I listened to 30 minutes of music on Spotify, and then the rest of the time the laptops were left on the homepage of YouTube until they ran out of battery. The transformer lasted from 12 p.m. to 9:07 p.m., which gave a total battery life of 9 hours and 7 minutes. The ebook lasted from 12 p.m. to 11:04 p.m., which was a total battery life of 11 hours and 4 minutes. And lastly, the HP Stream lasted from 12 p.m. to 7:32, which is a total count of 7 hours and 32 minutes for battery life. So based on the test, the laptop with the best battery life goes to the ebook. And these results are actually really similar to what the manufacturer claims on each of the laptops, which reassures me that their claims are very accurate. So in conclusion, all three of these laptops are amazing in their own category. You can't go wrong with either one of these. The Asus Transformer is perfect for someone who's mobile and travels a lot, also someone who really doesn't need a laptop and prefers a tablet with a keyboard add-on as a bonus. The HP Stream 13.3 is perfect for students and everyone that prefers the largest screen size they can get for around $200. The large surface area on the keyboard makes it the best choice for productivity. Lastly, the Asus ebook is for everyone else and personally my favorite choice out of the three. The 11.6-inch screen is the sweet spot for both portability and productivity, not to mention the awesome lightweight design and outstanding battery life. I went ahead and put an entire list of pros and cons for each laptop, and you guys can pause the video if you want more time to read it, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the video.
So yeah, that's basically my comparison between the three best budget laptops that you can currently buy for around $200. If this video was helpful, please leave a like on the video to show your support. It took me more than a week to get this video together for you guys. For those of you that have a larger budget, then you guys should definitely check the link in the description section because I've gathered 3 amazing laptops that I personally recommend if you're looking for a larger screen with better specs. And they're actually under the $450 price tag. I also put together a list of accessories that work well with these laptops, and you guys can find the link to that down below as well. But that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's a specific type of video you want to see next, let me know by dropping a comment down below. But this is Ed from TechSource. I will see you in the next video.